If I say golden age of travel, what do you think? Well, for me, ships, and secondly, trains. And today on Planet Cruise Weekly, we're combining them both. Keep watching. Hello and welcome to the Big 2-4, the 24th episode of Planet Cruise Weekly with myself, Keith, and the wonderful Glenn, who's looking very, very tanned. You've been out in the garden, haven't you?
No, I've been on the golf course actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's your handicap?
The golf clubs.
Okay, so today we are looking at the golden age of travel. Now, funnily enough, modern life has speeded up everything, which is really good for convenience and for time efficiency, but very often it can take the joy out of travel. Boats and trains are two of the ways that you can travel in comfort and style whilst actually allowing you to experience the journey and see some of the landscape that you're travelling through. So today we're going to take you back to the golden age of travel, combining both of them into one holiday. And there's a variety of ways you can do this with your cruise. But first of all, we're going to have a look at some of those quicker journeys, Glenn, aren't we? So
Yeah.
What's the most obvious one?
One that's been introduced with us in the last couple of years is the introduction of the river cruising. And a good way of doing this is picking up the Eurostar, and this joins some of the river cruises over on the Seine, the Rhine, the Danube. And for those people that really don't want to fly, they don't like flying, or if you do the Eurostar, it also gives you a chance to take a little bit more luggage as well, because obviously you've got the opportunity there of, without those, they do have some luggage restrictions, but nothing like the airlines.
So it's really much more convenient and cheaper as well, so a good way to start. Now the other popular rail and cruise combo is if you get to experience the 200-mile-per-hour Japanese bullet train, which you can get from Tokyo through to Mount Fuji.
I think when I was on it, you don't actually realise how fast you're going. You know, it's so smooth, you know, you think it's going to be, but it is amazing.
It's a great way for you to experience the kind of rural Japan is the best way of saying it, and you get amazing panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean and these 8,000-foot grand mountains.
The other one to do is one that takes you from Bergen, which is called the Roof of Norway. And this is the highest line in Europe. It climbs across the snowy Hardangervidda mountain plateau there. And it's a 306-mile route between Oslo and Bergen. And again, amazing views there as well. Taking about 7.5 hours all told on that one. Up to about 4,000 feet, so you've got good views on there as well. And again, this can be easily combined with some of the Hurtigruten sailings from Bergen as well.
That's some of the shorter ways that you can combine the two. There are several options if you want to have maybe a 2 or 3 day experience, which are truly stunning, and we're going to look at those next. So now we're going to talk about some of the longer journeys that you can combine, and again, really giving us that golden age of experience that we were talking about. And probably the most exciting one is the Rocky Mountaineer, which gives you the most amazing way to explore the Canadian Rockies through this pristine wilderness, which unfolds around you as you climb through these amazing mountains and down into the canyons. It really is stunning.
It is stunning, and it's also the most popular rail cruise combination for the Brits. The trip combines two of North America's great wilderness, the rugged Rocky Mountaineers and the icy wilderness of Alaska. And as I said, this is really, really popular with our clients that phone in for this one. Again, from here you can board the Canadian Rocky town of Jasper or Banff for the 4-day journey across the spine of Canada to either Vancouver or Seattle before joining the ship and obviously continue with your cruise there. And again, you get a chance there to go on the Inside Passage, which showcase the remote stunning areas and backdrops of the glaciers and dramatic terrain. Also then to the Gold Rush era history of Yukon and the Russian heritage around Sitka. So it's an amazing combination tour, this one. With our clients that book this, it is a holiday of a lifetime. And as I said, whether you do it at the start or whether you do it at the end, you can do the combination on the cruising round. It's stunning.
Now the trains themselves are set around these incredible glass domed carriages, so you get an amazing opportunity to see the scenery that you're travelling through in all directions. So you really do experience and almost smell the land. Really comfort, real luxury of course, because you are getting that beautiful food. So you're getting great food, great views, and a very smooth ride through the heart of the destination. Now there are 2 different classes to choose from, aren't there, Glenn?
Yeah, there used to be 3. There used to be the red, the silver and the gold. They've got rid of the red now, so you've only got the silver leaf or the gold leaf. Now the silver leaf service is custom designed single level dome with oversized dome windows. Delicious hot entree options, plated to your reference, plus meals served in the comfort of your seat. If you want to then upgrade to the gold leaf, this is a bi-level dome windows with panoramic views upstairs, a private dining room on the lower level with large picture windows, gourmet a la carte meals and large exclusive open air vestibule outdoor viewing area. You'll also upgrade when you go to your hotels. You'll stay in the hotels at the night time, you go to a higher level top hotels. So if you can do it and you can afford it, it's worth going with the Golden.
Now, Glenn, which different companies do you most often book for this kind of experience? Which ones can you pair with the Rocky Mountaineer?
There's a few companies down there. I would say the three most popular are probably Celebrity Princess and Holland America, and obviously they combine it with the Alaska cruise.
So there we go, it's our first longer cruise and rail golden age of travel combo. A wonderful chance to explore the incredible Rockies and the beautiful Alaskan wilderness via the comfort of a train and the comfort of your ship. Click here if you want to see some of the options for combining this wonderful package. Okay, the second one we're going to look at today is probably the most famous.
It's the most famous. It's got to be the most famous.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows about the Orient Express. Nowadays, of course, it's officially called the Simplon Orient Express, or the Venice Simplon Orient Express, and this dates back to the 1920s. You know, it's a work of art. The actual train itself is a work of art. Really luxurious. You've got these delightful vintage cabins, which with this mouth-watering cuisine and really lively entertainment while you travel as well. And they allow you to explore France and Italy on overnight trips. And then giving you a chance to go to these extended voyages through to Istanbul and Budapest. So whereabouts do you start your journey?
You board from London Victoria aboard the Bellman British Pullman, and after travelling through the Channel Tunnel, you climb aboard the restored Art Deco carriages of the Orient Express in France. So that's where you pick up the actual train itself. And there you've got overnight journeys through the Alps to Venice. From here you've got the delights of the Med and the Adriatic coastal way. And again, as I said, absolutely stunning way of seeing this part of the world. Again, you've got a fitting finale at the end of your cruise. You can do it at the start of the cruise, just depending on how you want to do it. So you either go out from London or you come back into London, just depending on how the cruise is and what options you want to take in.
Now you can also, if you want to go a bit further afield, rather than just going and staying in the Med, you can actually do this and start your journey in Bangkok. And there's a sister train, and it's a 3-night journey from the Thai capital. It takes passengers through the paddy fields.
How does it get through the paddy field?
Well, along the track that's been built,
right.
past the River Kwai as well. And it then goes through Malaysia's tropical hinterland, and it stops at Butterworth for a visit to Penang Island before reaching Singapore. It's an incredible journey, it really, really is. And of course from Singapore you can then pick up a cruise to so many different parts of Southeast Asia. Really, really incredible option. Now, if people want to do this, what are their cabin options for travel?
I mean, it's not a huge choice, which is quite nice sometimes. So you've got single cabins, obviously for single travellers, twin cabins, or you can have cabin suites, and these are basically two interconnecting twin cabins. As I said, this is something a little bit special. This is taking it to the next level, and the most famous train in the world.
If you want to find out more, then click the link for some of the great deals and options that you can combine with using the Orient Express. Now, a third of the great rail journeys that you can combine with a cruise is looking at Amtrak. And this is basically, in a sense, the national train service for the United States of America. And it's a great way of seeing the States in a very different way. Now, there are 4 different classes, aren't there, Glenn, that you can use or travel with?
I mean, people have got to get used to it. This is very different from something like the Orient Express. I mean, as I said, it is then a rail service they have there, but you've got different ones. You've got coach class, which as you can appreciate is actually sitting with the driver. Business class, which includes complimentary non-alcoholic beverages, newspapers. Then you go up to first class. These are larger seats with complimentary meals and beverage service, free newspapers and hot towels, and access to the Amtrak's club lounge they have there as well. And then finally, you've got the sleeper service. These are for long distance trains. Full meals and attendance service, complimentary juice, coffees and bottled waters.
Now there were several different options. In fact, there were loads of different options. However, we're going to look at some of the most popular. So the first big one, we start in Memphis City, of course, where land forever intertwined with Elvis Presley. That was mine. It's going to move on. Now this is a 6-hour trip you do from Memphis, and you go through Tennessee and Mississippi and the Delta region there into Louisiana. This is a chance for you to kind of spot basking alligators and pelicans, and then literally it's New Orleans. A city, of course, famous for its French ambience, for the jazz, that wonderful musical vibe. So that is one of the journeys that you could do. And of course, from there, from New Orleans, it's a great departure point for cruises around the Caribbean. So you can see how that one works. Glenn, you book one quite often, don't you? Which is very, very popular.
The most popular package we do out of Far East, Australia, is the one that we do where you fly over to Toronto, you do 2-night stay or 3-night stay in Niagara, and then you take the Amtrak train down 10:15 train in the morning, gets into New York about 10 o'clock at night, so it's nearly 12 hours on the train, but great views on the way down there. Then do a 2 or 3 night stay in New York, and then down to pick up a ship, normally from New York down to the Caribbean, and Norwegian cruise lines do it. I know we've done it with Queen Mary as well. It's far and away the most popular package we do.
If you'd like to speak to any of the team and get a bit more details about this, a great way of travelling and seeing the States with a cruise and train, click the link. And the fourth and final classic rail and cruise journey is Rovos Rail.
When the guys came in to talk to us about it, we all wanted to go and book its railway.
This is a nod to the fabulous 20s, very much in a similar way that the Orient Express is as well. It provides world-class travel, 5-star service, gourmet cuisine, and more importantly, a brilliant collection of South African wines, because we are talking about incredible journeys here that start out from Cape Town. Now, journeys last from 48 hours to 15 days. You have these teak-finished, restored Pullman-style carriages linking some of Africa's greatest destinations. So Cape Town at the tip, through to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, and some of the things you can see here, you can go through game reserves and enjoy safari. You've got a chance to go through to Victoria Falls. You've got the desert landscapes in Namibia, and then the stark beauty of Karoo, through to the lush cane fields of the KwaZulu-Natal. Now, forgive me for my pronunciation there. So you can see some of the things you can do here, and you can also do the garden route, of course, which is an incredible opportunity to experience what South Africa has to offer, and that's right along the Cape South coast.
There's a growing number of cruises now that depart from Cape Town and occasionally also from Dar es Salaam. So again, you tag these in together, sailing around the Indian Ocean, along the African coast and further afield. But again, what's nice about these trains, it's got observation carriages, it's got gorgeous leather sofas, positioned within large viewing areas, so it's a great chance just to sit back and relax. There's no Wi-Fi on there, there's no Sky TV, there's no sports on there as well. It really is a throwback here to the 1920s.
And there's even an opportunity to get these amazing royal suites. So with the accommodation, it's all suite class. And you've got 24-hour room service, you've got a mini bar, you've got heated towel rails, you've got dressing gowns, and then of course you've got a Victorian bath. But you've got that and a private lounge viewing area as well if you do decide to go for the royal suites. So it's an incredible experience. And then in the sense of the kind of companies that they're combining this with, it's kind of Cunard and some of the companies
seems to be the main ones pushing for it at the moment. That tends to stop down in sort of Cape Town. But again, any ship that's down, you know, a lot of the ships doing the world cruises as well, you know, it goes out continually throughout the time. So even if the train is not leaving as immediately you get off the ship, you can have a couple of days in Cape Town and then pick the train up. And as I said, even if you did the 48-hour one, the 2-day package, it's phenomenal.
So if you want more details of that and Rovos Rail, then click the link here for more info. Now, so how do people get in touch?
There's a number of different ways. You can check us out on Facebook, our YouTube channel, Twitter, of course, as well. Or you can also contact us at hello@planetcruise.co.uk. As I said, send us your suggestions. We're always looking for new ideas for the show.
Now, big thank you to these people that have been in touch. So first of all, Jeanette Bryan. Now, this was, of course, last week, the fact that we did the wedding special about how to get married at sea or how to have a blessing at sea. And Jeanette seems to think that the reason we did that was because I have a secret that I need to tell everyone that I'm getting married. Now, Jeanette, the only person out of the two of us who is getting married very soon is sitting next to me. It's Glenn. He gets married out in Palma de Mallorca pretty soon,
Very soon, yep.
But thank you, Jeanette, for getting in touch. And the other one as well is to Nick Basson, one of the people that that retweeted on Twitter and was really complimentary, and he said, "So doing this." So I guess Nick Basson, if you're Nick Basson's girlfriend, that's sounding good for you.
Oh, still to do the wedding?
Yeah, this is the wedding one. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry, I should have pre-fixed that, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
Nick Basson's girlfriend, if she's watching, is very happy right this moment. Thank you very much for watching. If you are still watching after all that waffle, we will see you next week. From myself, Keith, and from
Glenn.
Bye-bye.
See you.